All right, so we're here with a new video. Now, I thought that I'd do a video on buying the stuff that I lost during my childhood and, well, I guess when I threw out my stuff as well as the stuff I lost during my flood. So, I went to Toronto and I bought a lot of stuff, and I mean a lot of stuff. I mean, I spent like over $1,000 buying various games. I'm not too happy with all of them, but let's start off with the first things I bought, and it's these two things we have here, right? I mean, this one was off a seller off Kijiji. I wasn't too happy with it though. So we have Resident Evil 3 and Vagrant Story. Now, I had these two games, right? I mean, I had them, but thing is, I lent them to my friend. I was like, "Oh, they were such good games. Like Vagrant Story was a really good game and everything." And I lent it to my friend, or so-called friend, quote unquote, and it never came back. And this isn't as good as the one I had because I keep my games in mint condition and everything. So this game is like, well, this copy that I got isn't that good. I mean, the only way I'd get back the versions I have is if I buy it brand new, and that's like a lot of money. But just these games, right? These two games here cost me like $300, so they were quite expensive. Um, and I wasn't too happy with it, but I found out later that I wasn't too smart either. But anyways, we're gonna look at some stuff now, and let me just try to get it. All right, so what we have here is the Misadventure of Tron Bond, right? And this game, right, is worth like, I don't know, it's like freaking $500, right? It is crazy. So it kind of tells you how games, the PlayStation 1 games now, and look at this. This is in mint condition, right? I mean, literally, it is in very good condition compared to the stuff you buy off of other people, because other people aren't collectors. They're sellers, right? They just want to sell the game, or more like when they played the game, they don't really care about the condition, just throw it around and stuff like that. But mine was in really good condition. There wasn't any scratch, but as you can see here, there is quite a bit of scratch here. You just can't see it in the light. But the thing is, it hasn't worked on my PlayStation 2, right? I mean, surprisingly, I think there are some deep scratches here. It's unfortunate, but you know, this is the best I can get, right? And here's a piece of advice: never lend out anything to your friends. And I got in other games to replace the front case, because you can't get these cases anymore, right? I mean, these cases are out of stock everywhere in every century. So you have Resident Evil 3 here. I loved this game when I was a child, and I was really happy to get it. But unfortunately, the disc is not that good. And the first thing I knew when I got it off the seller is that this thing wasn't legit, right? I mean, the case, right, when you press on it, it's not like legit. But look at it. You can see a bunch of scratch there, and there's nothing, I shouldn't have bought it, but did, that's why whenever you buy off Kijiji, you need to get photos, right? Don't just buy. And these are expensive games, right? I mean, hundreds of dollars. So this isn't like, oh hey, I should have just did that, but once I went to meet with the guy, I was like, but I got this driver off eBay, driver 2, and I'm gonna replace the case because the front case, I don't even know this game, right? And you see the inside, right? How the Resident Evil case, it didn't have a legit PS1 thing. I could replace it with the driver too. Now, the game I got was Mega Man X Command Mission. This is an amazing game and is a rare game. It had never been remade. There's no legacy collection, so having this game is highly, highly recommended. But the thing is, you see, it was one of the most expensive PS2 games. It was in behind the glass and everything. I mean, it's not the most expensive PS2 game. It's one of the most. It's one of the expensive PS2 games. It's mid tier. It's about $50, and $50 for an old PlayStation 2 game, it's quite a bit. It's 49.99 plus tax is like $55, right? 56 something. So, anyways, I didn't notice this at first, right? But in fact, because you're in Canada, they give you two manuals. They give you a French manual and they give you an English manual. And the thing is, with this manual, it was French. Now, I also got Hack Rebirth. I'm happy about this purchase because if they jacked up the shipping fee by like 20 bucks, right, which is quite a lot. So luckily these guys were in Toronto. So I bought it off eBay, right? So I was like, you know what? I'll just local pickup. So I went to local pickup. So the price of this was like $25, and I'm really happy about it plus tax. So it's around $28. And the box looks new. Everything looks good. I have the other things like the Hack GU2 Volume 2 and Volume 3. And, I was really happy with this purchase because I bought it with the driver. And, I just didn't buy one. I was like, and the driver with what the driver two there, right, was like $10. So I'm really happy about that purchase too because you can't get the case. I mean, it's not like I want the game, right? It's the case I want. And the case is expensive. And in order to get a case like that, you need a lot of money. Anyways, it also came with Naruto Ultimate Ninja, right? And this is brand new. I was happy about this purchase too, because it's a brand new PS2 case, right? So it's quite heavy too, because it's made in like 2000 and something. And I'm happy about it, right? It came with like I bought it together with Driver 2. I bought it together with Hack GU. And, the old cases, right, have the memory card slot there. Now, the newer cases don't have it. I'm not talking about new games, but I'm talking about games made after 2007. And this wasn't made in 2007, which means it has a memory card slot. And I hate that. That's what also bothered me about my Kijiji purchase because I also bought uh, another game that we'll talk about later. I mean, I was happy. I'm happy with the eBay purchase, right? But I'm not happy with the Kijiji purchase. So I went out and I went around town. I went to this one where they were selling this Digimon story for 40 bucks. And I already have a copy. At this point I'm into collecting. I'm not even into whatever anymore. So the thing is with this uh, game is that it went out of print, and then they removed it from the digital store. So basically, you can't buy it digitally, and you can't have the physical form. So I think it's good to have the physical form. And I know they came out with a complete edition, but that's kind of different. So, anyways, I mean, compared to these, right? These are older games, yet these are so much cheaper, right? So this is a PS5 one. This is the Demon Slayer. Now I'm gonna get another copy because I seen that there was a rip in this copy. They put the double sealed on, so I didn't get to see it, but it was only for $34.99, which I'm happy about. The reason why I'm happy about these two is because they're anime game, and I like my anime stuff. Right, the anime stuff really just kind of makes me happy, and I think like Attack on Titan, right? I got the original one, but I really regret not buying the second one because it was in Japanese, right? So, anyways, that's why I'm just like, I got to get these stuff before they stop selling them. That's where the main problem is. And then I went to Walmart, and I went to a lot of Walmart, and somehow I ran into this Code Vein. It's not $29.99. It was actually $19.99. So I just bought it. I mean, it's an anime game, but the thing is, you see, the seal on it is a bit weird. They sealed it on the wrong side, but it's a legit seal. The thing is, they sealed it so it opens on the other side. So I don't know what's happening here, but I'm afraid because there's a rip on the bottom, and it was 20 bucks. What can you do, right? For a game that you pretty much can't buy anymore. I mean, you could buy it online for really cheap, right? But as a collector, right, you're gonna need to uh have the physical copy. And if you can't find it online, and if you can't find it wherever, you might as well get what you can get. And of course, a bit of rip isn't that bad. The next game that I got off Amazon was Near. I always wanted this game. It was also $20. Somehow the price dropped. I mean, it was much more expensive, and I'm surprised they had it because this game like is old. It's for PlayStation 3 and it's brand new. So I'm just like, my currency is going down in value. My currency ain't worth shit anymore. It's like the Nemesis there, that plays the Resident Evil 3. It used to be worth 59.99, brand new, right, in 1999, and now, right, you can't buy it for less than $100, right, pretty much. And don't forget the shipping on top of that. Anyway, so I got more games from Amazon, and this one was a test, right? This is where I realized there was different PS2 cases. Because the thing is with this one, when I took it out, it was really light. I was like, what the hell is this? Why is it so light? I thought that something was wrong with the game. There was nothing, but you could feel there was a game inside. And now I went to look it up. I went to look up, hey, why is my Mega Man X collection so light? And then I realized because it was made after 2007, right? And, you know, it has a memory card slot. That's what, and they use better plastic, right? So basically, even for the CD case, right? The CD case, they are more flimsy than the newer ones are more flimsy. So I was like, and this was for, $20 again. I was like, I'm a huge Mega Man X fan, so I might as well just keep it. But I didn't really want it at this point because the case was light and everything, but it's a collector's item. Might as well just keep it. It's brand new, right? Where are you going to get another one in 10 years? It's probably going to not exist anymore. I know they have the legacy stuff out, and maybe I should get it too because I'm a big fan of Mega Man. But anyways, that'll be a bit later, right? When they drop the price to $20 from $50, right? I don't know. I mean, since my currency is going down, I don't even know if they'll ever drop it down to $20. I noticed some games just don't even exist anymore. But anyways, I got more games, and this, right, was from a store downtown. Really, I'm gonna go back and buy PS1 from them because I'm like, you know, I like them, and I want to buy a PS1, and I'm gonna buy two PS1s, a mini one, and then the original one. So, anyways, this one is my copy, but it got water damage when my basement flooded, and I've been stressing over it like crazy. I was like, what the fudge, right? Why do you have to damage my game and everything? And look at the manual. The manual's all scrunched up and everything, and it's flaking. It is flaking. Look at that. It's falling out as I open the breaking book. And, I am not too happy about it. So I went to buy a replacement copy, and I gotta tell you, Mega Man stuff are always expensive, and I don't know, in 10 years it might be more expensive because Mega Man 5, the Game Boy game, right, is worth over $1,000, and it's crazy. So, anyways, I just bought it. I'm just like, even the case isn't that good, but the game is there. And at this point in time, I can still buy some new games, like some stupid games, and replace the case. I mean, it's not brand new, so it doesn't really matter. And then I'll seal it up with a resealable thing, which I guess would be making me happier. But I had the game, and it was in perfect condition. And then my basement had the flood. I mean, what's with that, right? So I went to go buy another copy, and I was able to get another copy. Now, this is the Breath of Fire that I was talking about, Dragon Quarter. Now, I was really upset about this. This was the Kijiji guy. And you see, the thing is, all three of the games that I bought, right? Vanguard Story, Resident Evil, they were all scratched like hell. And you notice the inside the box, they gave me a cheaper box, right? They opened the box, they changed the box, gave me the box without the memory card. Look at the scratch on this. This doesn't even work on my PS2. And I don't even want to face the guy again, so I'm just like, forget it. I'll go get it resurfaced, right? And I also noticed that the artwork, right, at the top is actually damaged. I don't know what they did, but they used a marker to like recolor it, which really pisses me off because it's not like they were charging me $10, right? I had to pay like $25. And yeah, I know $25 isn't a lot, but I got a brand new copy, and I'll show you a bit later. I'll talk about how much I paid for that. But, you know, like I shouldn't have like the next time I buy off Kijiji, I need to know the condition and everything before I meet the person. Because I feel like once you get there and you're like, yo, you don't want to buy it anymore, you waste my fucking time or something. It's like it's really bothersome. So, and I waited for the guy for an hour too. I mean, just horrible experience. But anyways, I went to the same But those three, yeah, I mean, were disappointing to the max. I don't know what to say, but I gotta, I gotta do something to the games because now also I realize resurfacing puts it like it gives a bunch of swirls. I don't know. I mean, I might have to buy another copy. But I went back to a place, right, and I got Dark Cloud. I never played this game. I always wanted a copy of this game, but it was too expensive when I was a kid. So I was like, we're gonna make this dream come true, and then I bought it. And now, it's 14.99, right? You can't you can't beat that, right? You can't beat a 14.99. And I don't know. I mean, I just like it. I'm okay with it. And obviously, there isn't any of the PlayStation memory card slot in there, so I have to get a box to replace it. That's just how it is. They they purposely replaced the the older box, right? Because the older box is higher quality, and also it's more sought after, right? So, anyways, I don't even remember where I got in this purple thing. Oh, right, this is the place I love. All right, so this is the place I'm gonna go back to again and buy another game. But yeah, this place was good. This is the Breath of Fire, same game, but it was brand new, and I bought it for $40. So I'm happy with this purchase. Had I known that, you know, I could find this, I wouldn't have bought the other one, right? Because for another $20, I could have got a brand new one. Why would I want to use broken one that I can't even use? It's broken like 6 ways to Sunday, right? So, anyways, uh, I'm gonna go back to these places and look at if there's anything else I could get that is brand new instead of roaming places looking for used game because used games is not. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of used games unless, right? Because now you can't buy the PS1 used game. I mean, if you buy a PS1 new game, you know how much a PS1 new game costs? It costs like $1,000. I mean, some of them are like $500. Yeah, you might have cheap ones, but trust me, the decent ones or the semi decent ones are like up there, right? They're at least $100. It's not a joke, especially in Canadian dollars. Now, if you're in like US dollars, it's 30% cheaper. But I was able to find this, and I was very happy about it too. And this was in a place north in the middle of Toronto, right? At Eglinton. It's called Gamerama. It used to be under the EB Games, right? And then they had to move. I don't know Toronto is shutting down. They're shutting down all their places and building condominiums. So places are going down. And it is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy. And I always wanted a brand new copy. It's a bit damaged, right? But I got it for $34 and I'm happy about it, $35. I'm happy about it because this one, you see, it has the Cloud DLC. The Cloud DLC is only available if you were first buyer, if you pre-ordered it. So the newer copies didn't exist. Anyways, so I went to Walmart. You see, Walmart is actually a great place to buy games. People may hate like big corporations. I don't. I love big corporations because they sell cheap stuff. All right, so I got these games, these two, and it is Marvel Midnight Suns Enhanced Edition. They were for $20 each. And this was an amazing, phenomenal game. And unfortunately, right, they shut down the developers shut down, or they no longer can make the second one. But it was a good game, but it didn't sell as much. So now they're discounting it. I'm like, I gotta get it. I mean, I might go back and get more copies because Walmart don't really know what they're doing. They're just selling all these gems for cheap, and it's brand spanking new. Look at that. I mean, for the PlayStation 5 too. We're not even talking about for the PlayStation 4 version. So, anyways, this is the collection of games I got to pretty much buy back my childhood. I mean, it went from buying back my childhood to buying back the collection I've always wanted or something like that. I don't know, but I'm still buying the stuff back that I want from my childhood due to the flooding and because I was growing up, I threw them away. People said, "Hey, we're an adult now. You don't play games." But look at it. This game here, the Misadventure Tron Bond, that is worth like $500 US at least. And it's going up in value. And don't forget, some of the Funko Pop stuff, they're worth a lot of money too. So, you know, I say forget you guys. And, if you like collecting stuff, then obviously don't throw away your childhood stuff. We're going to continue to buy more stuff to make, I guess, to buy back my childhood because I missed out on a lot of stuff and I threw a lot of stuff away, which is unfortunate, like this, or I lent it out and, basically never got back. Now, yeah, I mean, I'm quite upset about some of the games I got, but now it's smart. I'm getting smarter, and I keep my games much better than other people. So I gotta go check out the used stuff much more than the new stuff. All right. Anyways, we'll be back next time as we buy back more of our childhood in probably part two. And hey, look at this. This is Mega Man 5. And that thing is worth like $5,000 because I have the box too, right? And the manual is like $200. But my manual's water damaged. It's stuck together and it's broken.